The Fetal Abnormality Case Study on Moral Status. Introduction. The case study Fetal Abnormality consists of 4 individuals who present diverse views on the abortion of a fetus considered to have a higher chance of having Down syndrome. However, the fetus also has no arms and has a lower chance of developing. The parties involved in this case include Jessica, the expectant woman, Marco, and Dr. Wilson, Maria. Various theories are revealed regarding the dilemma presented concerning decision-making, and this will be explored in this analysis. The Christian worldview. The Christian viewpoint on life is that it is sacred and that its existence is based on the will of God. A man was created in the image of God, a mighty being that oversees everything that happens in the world. The Christian doctrine upholds the moral ethics of life preservation regardless of color, strength, statute, or aura. This means that everyone deserves to be valued and respected despite their distinctive characteristics or special needs. The Christian viewpoint aligns with virtue ethics, which presents the idea that an individual's character determines the rightness of an action. This is linked with human value and dignity because it shows that people with virtuous habits are likely to make the right choices. Theories used by Jessica, Marco, Maria, and Dr. Wilson and impact on their recommendation. Dr. Wilson uses utilitarianism theory, which advocates for actions that promote happiness. As shown in the case, he supports abortion due to the quality of life that the child would have after birth. He believes that this would save the child and parents from suffering that would arise from the diagnosis of the condition. The theory makes the doctor think that abortion is the best option because it would promote happiness and eliminate sadness. The doctor is convinced that abortion would make the family happy and save the child from pain and suffering. Marco also uses utilitarianism theory, which determines right from wrong based on the outcome. Although he says that he would support the decision of Jessica, he believes that the pregnancy and the prospect of a disabled child is a burden and a hindrance to their economic security. Because of the theory, he believes that if the child lives, they might become broke and experience the burden of raising a disabled child. The theory also makes him believe that the greatest happiness would be achieved if the child is aborted. As a result, abortion is considered a better option in this case. Maria uses virtue ethics in her reasoning regarding the fate of the fetus. Virtue ethics majors on the moral character of an individual performing the action. In the case scenario, she urges Jessica to consider her responsibility as a mother and proceed with the pregnancy. Maria wants Jessica to make a decision from the perspective of being a mother. Virtue ethics theory is evident in Maria's recommendation on the situation. This theory influenced her view that an individual is of noble character. Therefore, the theory enabled her to bring the aspect of a responsible mother to decide. Jessica is torn into two and uses utilitarianism and virtue ethics. She uses utilitarianism when she thinks that keeping the pregnancy would adversely impact their socio-economic status, which they have struggled to attain. In addition, she uses virtue ethics when she presents the view that all life is sacred. As shown in the case scenario, Jessica is still undecided on the matter. She does not know which direction to take because none of the theories has convinced her about the case. The chosen theory. I agree with virtue ethics theory because it promotes human dignity and value as far as this case is concerned. The fetus deserves respect because of the life it carries and not because of acquired features or abilities, which we all have varying degrees of even when fully developed. Human development is a continual process, and there is no single point at which human existence suddenly becomes worthy of respect and human rights. Using virtue ethics, a virtuous individual would value the life the fetus carries instead of material things. As a result, the fetus should not be exploited as a means to a goal, even if the end is desirable, such as finding solutions for diseases or saving another human life. Conclusion. Human beings have their own beliefs, theories, and philosophies, which determine the decisions they make. As a result, it is important to choose a theory that promotes morality at all ends. The individuals in the case study had their own theories, which influenced their recommendations. However, among the theories, I support virtue theory because of its value to humanity. Virtue ethics would enable Jessica to reason as a responsible mother and continue with the pregnancy. She should not fear ending up being economically disadvantaged because they can get help from the government and other well-wishers. Therefore, the fetus should not be aborted because of deformity, or they are likely to make the parents poor.